going on, everybody? Welcome on into Under the Arch Sports. I'm Eric Hobbs.
And I'm David Woldingen.
And we're back with some more Mizzou football, this time talking about New Mexico State University renewing the traditional rivalry. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. Also, guys, before we get into this, I want to mention we've got a toy drive going on where you can go to our GoFundMe page, donate anything you feel like. It's all appreciated, and it all helps. We're trying to raise money to give to the Salvation Army and the St. Louis Angel Tree program to help get gifts and some essential items to kids in the St. Louis area who may not have a chance to get any of those presents, gifts, essential items otherwise. So go ahead and check that out. Thanks, guys. You know, David, sometimes after you just get smashed, like Missouri did last week against Tennessee, coming home and playing a smaller school, just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah. I mean, after a lot of anger from our fan base, again, for just our offensive production and just how things went against Tennessee, it's going to be a nice change of pace. However, it is going to be really cold out there.
Yeah.
I think the low for Saturday night is predicted to be at like 18 degrees, which is to our benefit, I guess, because New Mexico doesn't get that cold.
I mean, oh boy, not 18 degrees. Not often anyway. Yeah. So New Mexico State, David, they are the Aggies. They're an independent, believe it or not. They are not a member of any conference. Their head coach is Jerry Kill. You may remember him. A number of years ago, he was the coach up at Minnesota. And for being, this marketed as the second easiest game on the schedule for Missouri, New Mexico State is 4-5. Now their wins are not impressive. Off the top of my head, they beat Lamar, New Mexico. They beat Hawaii, but gave up 27 points. They played Wisconsin, 5-5 Wisconsin, gave up 66 points. So don't let the record fool you. This is a game that for Missouri should not be competitive. If the backups are not able to get in, it's a problem.
Yeah, and just to give everybody out there an idea, the spread for this game is 29 now. It started out at 28 and it moved to 29 already. So the money's on Mizzou.
Yeah, so we'll see. Part of the reason that people saw that 28 number and we're still picking Mizzou, David, we found out after the fact, Bush Hamdan was the primary play caller in the Tennessee game, not Drinkwitz. So that is a change.
Yeah, I find that really interesting, especially after the new contract was announced after the Kentucky game. And I wonder if that is a byproduct of that, if maybe they told him he needed to start looking at offensive coordinators, and it could be a trial for him. Or it just could be Drink deciding he needed to make the change on his own due to the amount of pressure he was facing. It'll be interesting to see if this continues throughout the rest of the season, and then what happens during the offseason. Will he make changes? Will he announce an offensive coordinator and so forth?
Yeah. One game, small sample size, obviously, but with Bush Hamdan calling the plays, 24 points. With an offense that did next to nothing the final 20 minutes of the game, those 24 points, that's the highest score Missouri has had in a Power 5 game this season. So, something to keep an eye on, I guess.
Throw out a caveat there. They did have a lot of 3-and-outs still, so plenty to work on. Just due to the deficiencies we've been explaining all season with our offense. It's hard to overcome that even with a different coordinator.
Yeah, David, for this game, it's kind of interesting. It's not the final home game of the season, but this will be the senior day for the Missouri football team. They'll have the pregame ceremonies and all that for this game, not the Arkansas game next week. I think there are three reasons for this. Only one is a given reason. That reason being they want to do it before the Thanksgiving break when they know there's more likely to be more students at the game. So they're able to be honored, with their friends and all that. And that's true, I'm sure of it. But two other things that they're not mentioning. One, Arkansas is a harder game to win than New Mexico State. At least it better be. And secondly, it's a short week. They don't want the distractions. You're playing coming off a Saturday night game, mind you, and then you're looking at coming out on a Friday, day after Thanksgiving. There's already distractions and disruption to the routine, so I'm sure they want to minimize that. And I like the idea in theory. I'm curious to see if it makes a difference. I'm not sure it will, but we'll see.
Yeah, I honestly don't think there's any difference between the two. I was kind of surprised about the move. Some of it might be, I don't know, some of their families may not be able to get in due to Thanksgiving travel and stuff for the game on that Friday, so they're doing it a week in advance.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I didn't even think of that one.
Just out of consideration to the families. And like you said, it could be a whirlwind. If Mizzou pulls off the win against Arkansas, now you're looking at a bowl game. They got a lot of things going on, so they're going to be like zeroing in on that Arkansas game after this one. So, as you said, short turnaround. It's going to be interesting to see how it's handled.
Yeah. Now, David, we talked about New Mexico State kind of introducing viewers to who they are, what they're about, and we came right back to Mizzou. Reason for that: this game should not be competitive. There's no reason for it to be competitive, and I think it's a game to look to see a lot of young guys. Perhaps we finally see the debut of Sam Horn. But just as importantly, I think it's important that Missouri have an opportunity to get some defensive guys some looks. There are a number of guys who are gone. Most notably for the defense, perhaps, Isaiah McGuire has confirmed that this is it for him. He will be looking presumably at the NFL draft after this season.
Yeah, there's going to be definitely a decent chunk of the defense leaving after this season. Part of it is their eligibility's up. Part of it is you have quite a few guys who have a potential of being drafted just because of how good the defense has been.
So you need to get young guys in this game.
So now is a good time to expand your talent pool, if you will, and just see what you have so you can start preparing for next year and see what you need to do, even maybe for the transfer portal, because that's going to be a hot topic again.
Yeah, maybe you get some of those young guys in and you find out, they're a mess. We are lacking in position X. Maybe. We'll see. Yeah, David, let's just go ahead and get into predictions here. It shouldn't be anything more than a glorified scrimmage by halftime. 29 points is a lot for this Missouri offense to cover. I think it's a pretty good number, though. I think Missouri's going to come up just short of covering that 29 points. I've got them winning by 28, 41-13.
Meanwhile, on my side, I have Mizzou actually covering in this game. However, our scores are fairly similar. I think Mizzou is going to get 42 in this game. And I think the defense is going to hold strong and only hold New Mexico State to 10 points, especially with the cold weather. So in this case, I'm picking 42-10, Mizzou covering. On that note, thank you for watching Under the Arch Sports. Make sure to catch the post-game analysis. Hopefully we'll be talking about Sam Horn and his performance coming in near the end of the game. And then stay tuned for next week. It's going to be a quick turnaround because of the Arkansas game right after Thanksgiving. Until then, though, happy holidays, and we look forward to seeing you soon.